Hey, Forrest here. Nothing like getting paid. And with ICCU's mobile app, I can deposit checks or accept Zelle payments so the money hits my account fast. I just wish there was an app for mowing the rest of these lawns.
Right now, Lithia Ford of Boise is buying used vehicles. How much you want for the SUV?
I don't know.
Well, Lithia Ford will give you more than that.
How much more?
More than you think.
I'm not thinking anything.
I'm thinking you might get even more than that. See how much more you can get at Lithia Ford of Boise.
When it comes to concrete, we've got you covered. Rowpaint.com offers custom concrete coating services for your garage, business, warehouse, and more. And we do it in one day. We are your complete concrete coatings solution.
It's time for the Lithia Ford of Boise post-game show from Bronco Nation News. We're breaking down the game with highlights, interviews, analysis, and most importantly, you. Give your thoughts on the game in the YouTube chat or Facebook comments, and we'll include the best ones on the show. Check out LithiaFordBoise.com to view their full inventory of vehicles, or check them out at 8853 West Fairview in Boise. Today's broadcast is coming from the Cutwater Spirits Canned Cocktails Studios. Check out one of their more than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails at your local gas station or grocery store. Now let's head out and join BJ Rains for the Lithia Ford of Boise post-game show from Bronco Nation News.
Well, who would have thought it, Boise State fans? A trophy, confetti, and your Boise State football team, Mountain West champions. We bring you on in here to the Lithia Ford of Boise postgame show. My name is BJ Rains. We got player interviews with 8 different players. We've got the full video on the field, like 10 minutes straight of just guys hugging each other and going crazy, and we're going to show you all that stuff here very soon. So welcome on in. My name is BJ Rains. We got Jaden Finch here as well. Bronco Nation News rolling 2 deep down here at the Mountain West Conference Championship game. So hopefully you guys can hear me okay. If for some reason you can't, go ahead and let me know. But great game for Boise State, 44-20. They beat UNLV. And yes, somehow, some way, improbable, your Boise State Broncos are the Mountain West champions. I saw somebody in the comments say it, and you're dead on. There's going to be a lot of memorable seasons in Boise State history. The 06 Fiesta Bowl, the 09 season. There's some 12-win type seasons on there, but 8-5 and to have a conference championship like that, it is just incredible to see what Boise State has been able to do these last couple of weeks. Andy Avalos gets fired. They win the next 2 games. Some other stuff happens. They get to the championship game, and they dominate from start to finish. Really were the better team from start to finish. UNLV had that one nice drive, and that was it. Boise State just absolutely took them to the woodshed after the game was 7-7. The defense had a couple turnovers. Taylon Green, I thought, played really well in this game as well. He had the pick 6, but I thought other than that, Taylon Green was almost perfect. And just you did enough to win, and you're Mountain West champions. And now you're heading to the LA Bowl to take on either USC or UCLA or Cal. Probably UCLA, it sounds like, from Brett McMurphy's tweet. But who would have thought Boise State going to another NFL stadium? You still see the graphic up there on the screen here behind me at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Boise State now going to go to another NFL stadium, finish their season, 2 straight NFL stadiums, the LA Bowl in Los Angeles, SoFi Stadium against a Pac-12 team, a chance to win 9 games. Just unbelievable. If I'd have told you before the season started, you're going to go 9-5, you're going to win 9 games, but you're going to win the Mountain West and win a bowl game, and you would have taken that in a second. So 0.1% was the numbers that Boise State ran. And here they are, folks, Mountain West champions. We are broadcasting from the Cutwater Spirits mobile studios right here in the press box at Allegiant Stadium. More than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails. So make sure you go pick one up at your local gas station or grocery store. What a weekend and a perfect time to have some Cutwaters tonight and celebrate. The basketball team gets a big win over St. Mary's last night, and the football team today wins the Mountain West championship. And just what a scene that it was post-game. We're going to show that to you here in just a minute. But this is the Lithia Ford of Boise post-game show. Check out Lithia Ford Lithia4Boise.com. And next Saturday, we'll be giving you more updates on this, but next Saturday, there's going to be NIL event with Taylon Green, Riley Smith, and Paige Barsh. So go on out to we'll be all over on social media. I'm sorry, I don't have the exact date and time in front of me, but next Saturday, you can go meet Taylon Green, go meet Riley Smith and Paige Barsh from the volleyball team at Lithia Fort Boise next Saturday. So make sure you go check that out. And next Saturday, we'll have more details coming up this week. So we're going to take your comments. We're going to take your questions. We got to decide what's going on with this coaching search moving forward. There's obviously a ton to talk about here. And most importantly, we want you guys involved with your thoughts, your comments, your questions, and let's keep this thing going. 284 people, and this number is rising. So this is your show. We have player interviews that I did, one-on-one interviews with 8 players. So you're going to hear from George Holani. You're going to hear from Taylon Green. You're going to hear from Ahmed Hassanein. Even 2 freshmen that have never talked to the media, Ty Benfield and Breezy Dubar. Got a chance to talk to both of them. We got Billy Bowens as well, Austin Bolt. You're going to hear from a ton of players, and we're going to have a lot of fun here on the postgame show. Let's get to some of the postgame reaction. You had Spencer Danielson with the Gatorade bath there at the end of the game. There was still 1 play left, so he was a little mad. He was telling people to get off the field. They still had a play left, but they were wearing the championship shirts and the hats already before the clock even hit 0. They knew that this thing was over most of the second half. Boise State just came out, played so good early in the game. After that, it was 7-7, and the offense, I thought, just played really, really well and did so much to get a cushion. The defense had a couple of big turnovers. It was a team effort tonight, as they say. Jonah Thomas did a couple of field goals. And, someone says they need to have a champion celebration. I mean, they do a parade. I don't know if you can do a parade down in Boise on 8th Street or something for a team that went 8-5, but you certainly need to do something. This is a team that should be remembered for a long time. Look at the crowd in the background, by the way. Huge Boise State contingent making the trip. We're going to kind of just let this roll. We had all kinds of celebration. Want you guys to enjoy this. Boise State celebrating a Mountain West championship, an improbable one, 8-5. Players were going live on their Instagrams. Sheldon Newton, man, he was trying to find an XL or a double X shirt, and all this dude had was larges. So that was about the only thing that went wrong there at the end of the game. But celebration you never thought you'd see a couple of weeks ago. Boise State, 8-5, Mountain West champions. They were 4-5 on the season. They had 3 games left. People were wondering if they were even going to make a bowl game. Could they win 2 of their last 3 and get to 6 wins? Well, they did more than that. They won their last 3 regular season games. The last 2 with interim coach Spencer Danielson. There's Taylon Green getting some love from some guys. I'm kind of just letting this play out here. Somebody asked about Alexander Tubner. I think he may have been referring to picked him for the interim coach. I don't think he spilled the beans on anything. He said something about he picked the right guy. I think Alexander Tubner meant as the interim coach, but I don't know that for sure. No announcement has been made. Boise State obviously still in its search for a coach, but you see Breezy Dubar right here. You see some of these other guys celebrating. And Breezy Dubar wanted to go over to Taylon Green, the LA Bowl gold chain. Look at that. The LA Bowl chain. Breezy Dubar made sure Taylon Green got to rock that thing. Everywhere you look, there's guys hugging. There's guys celebrating. Look at this moment. Spencer Danielson, his wife Rachel. What a great moment for Spencer Danielson. Yeah, he said, stop the search. We found our guy. Yeah, he was saying, I don't think he was giving away that they hired him. I think he was saying, we want you to hire this guy. Stop the search. Maybe I read that wrong. I know what you mean by there, but Look at Jeremiah Dickey taking this in, too. Kareem the Dream's asking if it's pixelated. We are on Wi-Fi, unfortunately, so I apologize if it's not. I'm not getting any kind of signal that the signal's bad, so I don't know the answer to that. Let me know if it is just Kareem or if everyone else. Okay, Kareem says we're good now. We are on stadium Wi-Fi. I apologize if it's not as perfect, but here's Spencer Danielson and DJ Schramm embracing. Nate, I saw your quote here, but I think he meant hired him as the interim. I don't think he meant hired him as full-time. But again, I was actually in the locker room. I did not go to the post-game press conference. I did not hear the quote live. I'll have to listen to it. The locker room was open at the same time as the press conference, so had to go get the players instead and was going to pull that video up a little later. Now they got together for the team photo here. They got the signage. Just a surreal moment here, one we never thought we'd see. Boise State, Mountain West champions. And there's an embrace right there. A smile from Jeremiah Dickey. Couldn't really get much there in terms of their future. Somebody said that if it was Spencer Danielson, he already knew. I highly doubt that's the case. I don't think that Jeremiah Dickey would do that. I think if that's the decision they're making, they would maybe call him and tell him, or maybe on Monday, but I wouldn't suspect they would tell him before the game. Don't say anything, but we're picking you. I don't think that was the case. Again, getting together for that photo. George Holani getting in there, and then the trophy. Kind of cool, Craig Thompson. The trophy's named after him, Craig Thompson. They allowed him to present the first one. That was pretty cool of Gloria Navarez to do, invite Craig Thompson back. And just like the good old days, I saw Mike Prater put on Twitter, Craig Thompson handing Boise State the championship trophy. Confetti falling. Do disagree with you on this, Jen. They're going to have to do something in the next couple of days. I think you'll have your coach here in the next couple of days. You're not going to wait 2 more weeks of the transfer portal without having a coach. But look at that confetti. I was standing right next to the confetti machine. That thing was actually pretty sweet, shooting out purple confetti for the Mountain West colors. They're actually still on the field picking that confetti up, by the way. And the party kept going. They didn't want to stop. They were doing snow angels in the confetti, firing up the crowd. I don't know if it's surreal for you guys as it is for me, covering this team on a daily basis. That flight home from Fresno at 6 a.m. on Sunday, waking up for covering a 4-5 football team. Never in a million years would I have expected to be shooting video of this. Boise State, a conference champion. Just a surreal scene here at Allegiant Stadium, and appreciate all the BNN subscribers that your subscription helped allow us to be down here and show you these videos and things. So we appreciate our subscribers. Of course, all of our advertisers. Got to give you a shout out as well. And I know you'll be hearing about them throughout the show. But BVA, Taco Bell, Lithia, Florida, Boise, Idaho Central Credit Union, the Blue and Orange Store, TCS, all of our great major sponsors. Cutwater Spirits, of course. We're here in the Cutwater Studios, but we could not be down here covering this. I just want to throw in a quick plug for all of our sponsors, Matt Bauscher and Bauscher Real Estate, Ridley's Family Markets, Rowe Painting, obviously our title sponsor, and Andy Rowe. So thank you to our sponsors for allowing us to be down here and to have the chance to show you these interviews and things that we're about to do. So we truly do appreciate you for helping us make this possible. So we're going to play some interviews. I'm going to queue up our first interview here in just a second. We'll play, and I'm sorry, I'm looking the other direction here, but I got the computer monitor over here. I guess we can see if we got a couple comments here. Sounds like Spencer Danielson is the coach. Let's see, probably in contract negotiations. We'll have to see. Such a great story. This is wild. I mean, I don't know how I couldn't say it much better myself. It truly is just surreal to think about where Boise State was. As I said, 6 o'clock in the morning after that Fresno game, getting on the plane, thinking about, are they even going to make a bowl game? Where is this thing going? And just think if you're the other teams in the Mountain West. I mean, Boise State loses 5 games this year. This was your year to get Boise State. They fire their coach. And if you're a Colorado State or one of these other teams and you still couldn't get it done, Boise State in one of their worst years in program history, again, 5 losses, hasn't happened only a handful of times in the FBS level, going back to 1996, I think one time. I mean, this is literally one of the worst seasons in Boise State history, and it ends with a Mountain West championship and confetti falling here at Allegiant Stadium. It is just pretty incredible to think about where Boise State has come. Randall Clark says one of our best seasons ever. It's certainly one of the most memorable. I mean, you think about firing your coach, all the losses. I can't help but think what could have been, though. You think about the Hail Mary game against Colorado State. You think about the game at Memphis you should have won. You think about the game against UCF. I mean, this very easily could be a team playing in the New Year's Six bowl game here in the next day, or finding that out tomorrow. This was a much better team than 7-5. I mean, I don't think we can just jump to conclusions and say it was all Andy Avalos. They did win the New Mexico game with Andy 42-14 to start this winning streak. I think some people forget that part of it. But I think this team could have easily won 10 games. You could have been 11-1. I mean, you really, the Washington game is the only game you really didn't have a chance to win. And I know some of the other games could have gone the other way, but I just thought you just think, what if, man? This team's better than 8-5, and you see what this team is from a talent perspective. This team deserved to win the Mountain West championship. It didn't happen the way that most people had expected. Grand Teton says should have been 12-1. Only real loss was the UW. Should be 11-1 for sure. So proud of the players and fans. Everybody showed up. I do agree with the person that says they should play this every year in Las Vegas. I thought that it was an awesome. It just makes it have a bigger feel when you play the game here in Las Vegas. Let's get to some of the player interviews. You don't want to hear from me. You want to hear from your players. So we're going to take our first quick 90-second timeout. I'll queue up some interviews. Don't go anywhere. We got highlights to show from the game. And I said 8 player interviews. We'll kick those off here in 90 seconds. Don't go anywhere. This is Bronco Nation News, the Lithia Florida Boise postgame show from the Cutwater Studios. 44-20, Boise State Mountain West champions. We'll be back in 90 seconds. All Bronco Nation News broadcasts come from the Cutwater Spirits Canned Cocktail Studios. Check out one of their more than 30 flavors of premix premium cocktails at your local gas station or grocery store. Cutwater Spirits, perfect for your next game day tailgate party. Our title sponsor is rowpaint.com. For all your commercial, industrial, residential painting needs, check out rowpaint.com. Don't forget about their concrete coatings. Transform that ugly concrete slab on your back patio in your garage in just one day. Contact rowpaint.com for a free estimate today. The official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics, and our title sponsor at Bronco Nation News is rowpaint.com. Idaho Central Credit Union's been helping members achieve financial success for more than 80 years. There's an ICCU branch on almost every corner, but the closest is in your pocket with free eBranch mobile and online banking. See why more than 500,000 members love ICCU and join 1 in 4 Idahoans by making the switch today at ICCU.com. Since 1984, Ridley's Family Markets has prided itself on being a hometown food and drug store that employed value members of the local community. Ridley's Family Markets has 13 locations in the state of Idaho and many more in the surrounding states. Download the new Ridley's app to your smartphone. Get savings up to 40% off at the checkout line and find a location near you at shopridleys.com. Former Bronco Matt Bauscher is once again the number 1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley. No home is too big or too small for Matt and his team. Let them fulfill all your real estate needs at BauscherRealEstate.com. Let's kick things off with Billy Bowens. 4 catches for 91 yards. He had a great catch over the middle. If he hadn't kind of fallen backwards, he probably should have had a touchdown. But Billy Bowens, excuse me, overcome a lot in his career the last 6 years. Earlier in the season, a lot of folks, myself included, were wondering about why he was playing so much. Some of the drops early in the season. It was not the best start to the year for Billy Bowens. I think he would even admit that. But for Billy Bowens to come on strong as a 6th-year senior, he had a huge 3rd down catch to move the chains on one of the drives. I mentioned the big one down the middle of the field that set up a touchdown. He finishes 4 catches for 91 yards. Let's hear from Billy Bowens to kick off our player interviews here on the Lithia Florida Boise postgame show.
It makes everything worth it. You know, it's not about how you start all the time. It's about how you finish, and that's been our message the last couple of weeks. Just finish strong like we know we can, and it worked out.
I mean, how do you describe how we're standing here talking right now? I mean, how do you describe the last couple of weeks and how you guys are even get to the game, let alone have a chance to win it today?
I mean, it's been a roller coaster for sure. We've been through the valleys, we've been to the mountaintops. I mean, there's moments where you think you're out, and but there's always that slight percentage that we still have a chance, you know. But our thing is focus on us and what we can control, and that's winning out. You have to win, just do our job and go win, and the rest will take care of itself.
What's this mean for you, man, as a sixth-year senior? I mean, I know the start to the season, maybe what you had hoped for, and you had fans wanting you benched and stuff. I mean, you come back in the championship game and have some huge catches, a big third down conversion. I mean, that long one. I mean, just to not only be a part of this offense, but to have a big role today in a championship game. How does it feel for you?
I just got to block out the outside noise. You know, it comes with the territory. It's what I signed up for. I know it. Everyone knows it when you're in this position. So just go out there and keep grinding. You know, I know what I'm capable of, and this team does, and the coaches have trusted in me. My teammates trusted me, and you see how go out there and make plays, and it all worked out.
What was it about this team, man, all the adversity you guys have faced, to be able to, like I said, still find a way to get in this championship game and win it?
Just that should tell you enough about Boise State in this program. You know, the culture, the way we ride for each other, you know, no one batted an eye. And we kept saying, let's go get that thing. Let's go get that thing. Even when people doubted us, even we doubted a little bit of ourselves. And, you know, it's like we rallied together and did what we can.
What was that feeling like out on the field celebrating, you know, and you're an older guy knowing this is it for you to have just to have a win in the final championship game like this. And I know you got the bowl game still to go, but just to have that confetti in that moment and just to have this with your teammates. I mean, it's I assume for you, you've been through a lot. It's got to be pretty special for you.
Absolutely. I mean, it just means the world, especially getting it for all the other guys in that locker room, you know. I just want them to have that feeling and to know, like, hard work does pay off. You know, the message behind this season is just finish what you start. Finish what you start. It's not always going to be pretty, and that's in life. Not everything's always going to work out the way you expect, the way you want. You keep battling, though, and you keep controlling what you can, and good things will happen.
I mean, you guys are 8-5, but I mean, this season's going to go down as one of the most memorable probably in Boise State history when you think about everything that happened. I mean, just to not only get another ring and add your name to that kind of list, but just to be a part of a season that no one's going to forget anytime soon. I mean, how do you just put into words, I guess, you know, this season?
I'm speechless. There's not one word that's everything we've been through. I mean, just even these older guys, we keep telling each other and keep talking to each other like we deserved it. Let's go take it. Let's go get it, because you got to go get it. You know, nothing's ever given in life. And that's what we just kept telling the young guys. This message we wanted to send to them is just you got to go take it. If you want something, you got to go get it.
I know fans didn't want to hear it at the time, but you had a lot of close losses, and you guys were really close, as Andy kept saying, like 6 points from a much different record. Yeah. I mean, do you guys feel coming into this game like you weren't a typical 7-5 team, like you guys were rolling, and that maybe, I don't know if people were doubting you, but it just seemed like you guys were a much better team, than maybe the record showed.
Absolutely. I mean, we don't want to worry about the externals. You know, your record, it's really deceiving, as we say, everybody. So, I mean, you just want to focus on doing your job and executing in the game, taking care of your 111th and just going and dominating and letting the rest take care of itself.
Was there a moment with a teammate or a coach or someone that after the game that stands out to you, or just something that you're going to always remember about the last post-game celebration?
Just everything in general. Being out there, the moment, being out there with my brothers, celebrating. I mean, Taylor Green, I'm super proud of him and everything he's overcome and how he showed up tonight. Like, I'm so excited for this team and his future and everything, so it was a good one.
And I guess final thing, I mean, I know there's some, who knows what's going to happen with the coach and all that and transfer portal, but I mean, just you guys still got a big one left, another NFL Stadium, Pac-12 team. I mean, for your final game of your career, I mean, how motivated are you, and do you think this team is to not finish with 8 wins here?
I mean, like we've been saying, finish what you start. You know, the season's not over. You know, we accomplished one of our missions. We still have a bowl game, and, you know, we want to go out there and do the best we can in that as well.
Billy Bowens, and yeah, good for him, man. Early in the season, had some fans, as I said, calling for him to be benched, and he had some drops early in the season, and for Billy Bowens to come back and do what he did, just remarkable. Let's go from a 6th-year senior to a true freshman. Keep your comments coming in. We'll get to some of those here, but I want to play a short interview with Ty Benfield. Freshman came on in the secondary, made some big plays this year. Didn't have the biggest game tonight, but the rule in the Mountain West is if a player appears in the game, you're allowed to get him afterwards. And so this is my first time getting the opportunity to chat with Ty Benfield, and he couldn't have been nicer. Very well-spoken young man. So the freshman Ty Benfield, big future ahead of him. By the way, he says he's staying. It's going to be at Boise State. Let's hear from the freshman.
Everything we've been through this season, it's just there's a lot of doubt in our minds at first, but we kept our heads up and kept persevering, and that's really what it's all about. So it's just a great turnout.
How do you explain these last 3 weeks, man? Andy gets fired. You guys had a 1.1% chance. You kept winning. Some other teams are losing, and then now you're wearing this shirt and this hat, man. I mean, how do you describe the last month?
It's just one word to put it is just crazy. I mean, it was all hectic. Unfortunately, those events happened, but Coach D told us 2 weeks at first, and I was like, that's really it. That's all we got. So we put our minds to 2 weeks. It was that first week against Utah State where I really put my mind to it, and I had a good game, and so was my teammates. We all had a killer game, and then Air Force. That was the one more week left that he really told us to focus on, and I was like, this is really it. Like, who knows what will happen, but we all gonna go out here and kill. And next thing you know, when you put your mind to it and you trust what Coach D says and you trust God and you trust everything, that's what happens. Greatness.
Just the celebration, man, the confetti and putting on that shirt and celebrating with your teammates. I mean, I'm sure this was a moment you dreamed of your whole life probably, and to have it happen the way it did. I mean, how do you just kind of put into words the last half an hour here?
It's amazing, really. Coming in, I didn't think I was going to play or anything like that. I was working a lot throughout the summer, and I've been dreaming of this moment. I was like, I didn't come here to, lose or go out sad. I came here to, have great teammates and win championships and playing great games, and that's what we did. And it's just like a dream come true. It's surreal right now. I'm gonna get used to it in a second when I'm out of here, but it's crazy,
What has this year been like for you, and to get the opportunity to get out there and see the field? What's that meant to you?
It's a blessing. I really put the work in. I trusted I had great teammates help me out, like Alex Tubner, Bryce Cleve, Zion, Rodney, especially. All the starters really, helped me out, because I'd ask them about the playbook constantly, even if I was bugging them. And it's just, I'm so blessed to have those older role models and older teammates to be able to help me. And it's just a blessing to be able to play this year and have an okay season for me. So it's great.
Just okay?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that I need to work on, and that's just how it's going to be. But that's just how my mentality is. I just keep my head down. I mean, enjoy it for a night, and then I'm back at it.
I know there's uncertainty with the coaching search and all that, but I mean, for this program moving forward here, I mean, if you can keep this roster together and stuff, and maybe some of this coaching staff, I mean, you got the playoffs starting next year. I mean, what's the future of this thing?
It's honestly greatness. This future is great. It's bright. Whoever steps in. I mean, I don't care who it is. We all want who is in there right now, but whoever comes in, I'm ready to work. We're ready to work, and we're not going to just leave. We're going to put in the work because we want this shit bad, and we trust the family.
So you see you're still sticking around here no matter what?
Yeah.
You think a lot of people feel that way too?
I think so. After this, I mean, there's a lot of people definitely thinking about that. But yeah, it's just thinking about this whole moment. It's just great.
What just for your family, your parents? I mean, just what? How do you put into? I don't know if you're an emotional guy or not, but you just think about your whole football career, Pee-wee football, growing up, whatever, to be where you're at, and I know you're going to get a ring here as a true freshman. I mean, how do you? This has to be just a surreal experience for you.
Yeah, it's crazy. Again, I mean, never been that kid that was looked at. Even when I grew up in Canada, they had people that they were looking at before, but it's just you put your mind to whatever, and I promise you it'll happen. You put your mind to anything.
There he is, Ty Benfield. We appreciate him for taking the time on the postgame show. We got Ahmed Hassanein coming up. We got George Holani, Austin Bolt, Breezy Dubar, a lot more interviews. We're going to have highlights as well. We're loading them as we speak into the system here. Some highlights, and most importantly, your comments and your questions and your thoughts. Boise State, Mountain West champions. Who would have believed it? Don't go anywhere. The party continues back in 90 seconds here on Bronco Nation News. Bronco Nation News is sponsored by Tommy Alquist and Ball Ventures Alquist, Idaho's premier commercial real estate development company. BVA projects specialize in office, retail, flex, medical, and industrial spaces located at some of the most strategic and visible locations in the valley. Need a developer? Looking for new space? Think BVA. At BVA, we are Idaho's developer. The Nicolason family and SON management have proudly been operating Taco Bell restaurants in and around the Treasure Valley since 1969. One of the first to make a 7-figure donation to the Lyle Smith Society, they've also stepped up their support of Boise State athletics with the Taco Bell men's and women's basketball endowed scholarships. The Nicolason family and SON management have committed at least $310,000 by 2026. Get more information on their financial support of Boise State athletics and find information on applying to work at Taco Bell at TacoBellWorks.com. Lithia Ford of Boise is a proud supporter of Boise State Athletics and the official car and truck of the Broncos. Lithia Ford of Boise supports Bronco student athletes through NIL deals, including providing Ford vehicles to Taylon Green and Riley Smith from the football team and Paige Barsh from the volleyball team. Rain's family purchased our F-150 from Lithia Ford. Couldn't be happier with the purchase. Check out the all-electric F-150 Lightning or the electric Mustang Mach-E at Lithia Ford, and make sure to check out their full inventory of vehicles at lithiafordboise.com. The Blue and Orange Store is the perfect spot to get all your gear for your next Bronco game. The Blue and Orange Store has official Nike apparel, including jerseys, shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, and more. Wear what the Broncos wear and get it at the Blue and Orange Store, the second floor of the Boise Town Square Mall, or get free shipping on a $40 order online at theblueandorangestore.com. Again, 44-20, Boise State wins the Mountain West Championship. My name is BJ Rains. We are live here at Allegiant Stadium on the Bronco Nation News, Lithia Ford of Boise postgame show. LithiaFordBoise.com. Check them out. All your inventory is available there online, LithiaFordBoise.com. Check them out. And again, next Saturday, they got an NIL appearance coming with Taylon Green, Riley Smith, and Paige Barsh. We'll tell you more about that all week coming up on the show. But make plans next Saturday afternoon to come meet Taylon Green. And who knows, maybe they'll even have the championship trophy with them. How about that? So a senior, a running back, George Holani, he had another nice game today. I don't know what the final stats were. I'll check those out real quick. He was 20 carries for 76 yards, had that 31-yarder. But George Holani, man, he was a workhorse tonight. 20 carries, great season for him, a great career for him. And who knows, it sounds like reading the tea leaves, the bowl game will be the final game of his career. He does have the COVID year left, but I'm not sure if he wants to try to come back for a sixth season. If he wants, running backs, if he wants a chance at trying to prove he's ready to get paid to play football, it probably needs to happen for George Holani. But if this is it and he has one game left, what a way for George Holani to go out a Mountain West champion as he comes back from his injury and helps down the stretch here, and Boise State able to win the Mountain West Championship 44-20 over UNLV. Let's hear from the senior, George Holani.
Definitely top four for sure. I mean, this game means everything to me, especially for the seniors, the players, the coaches, and us just being able to just, figure it out throughout halfway through the season and just stick with it.
What did click for this team the last couple of weeks?
What did?
Yeah, what changed? What was the reason for the turnaround?
I would say the belief in one another. Our teammates continue just to fight through those dog days, those suck days. We embraced the suck, and we really found a way out of the hole.
Did you feel like you guys were much better than a normal 7-5 team? I mean, just some of the close losses and stuff. I mean, do you guys feel like today and maybe the last couple of weeks you've showed the type of team you guys can be?
I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, our record really doesn't determine or anything. We're really the better team. We played a 9-3 team out there who was really good, and obviously we're the better team out there. So, hats off to those guys. They came out to play and stuff like that. But offense, defense, everyone really came together on the field. The energy was there, and they came to play today.
What did you think of how Taylon played today? Obviously, he had the pick six, but other than that, I mean, he was almost perfect. Might have had another touchdown on yours,
I dropped that. Yeah, I definitely sold on that one. He should have had another touchdown.
But I'm just kidding. But I mean, he was almost perfect tonight. And it seemed like a lot of his throws were just like that, just dropping it in. I mean, I know he had the pick six on there, but he got benched earlier in the year. He's had a lot of stuff going on this year. What can you say about how Taylon played today?
I mean, he's a guy who's able to persevere. We always see him make mistakes, and he comes back the next play, and he's able to make even bigger plays and just feed off of that and just be the player who he is as a person off the field is it's a blessing. Just to have him on his team, it means everything. Him, Deuce, everything is a blessing to have those guys.
I know for you when you came back, I know one of it was just to show you could stay healthy again and do some things. And I know maybe it hasn't been the perfect season from that standpoint, but just to win a championship and come back and do what you did at this point in your career, and I guess just how worth it was the last year and your decision to come back and just the feeling right now.
I'm glad I came back. It was worth everything. I mean, every moment of this season, it taught me a lot. So it was really a learning lesson for me just to just come back and trying to, get healthy. Obviously, it didn't go the way I wanted it to go earlier this season. But just being able just to find a role and strive and just get back out in the field and do my job.
Some of those seniors the last couple of years that lost their last championship game just said that they're stuck with that feeling forever. For you to have a win in what's maybe your last conference championship game, I mean, how do you just, knowing you'll have this, no one can take it from you forever? I mean, what's the feeling like?
I mean, it's just it brings me a lot of relief, obviously, and it's, you know, all glory to God. Without him, none of this is possible. So I would say just, you know, enjoy this night off. Go out with the boys, hang out with the family, play some Fortnite, play some Warzone, see what's good from there.
You know, LA Bowl now, a lot of guys from that area, obviously, and get a chance to play a Pac-12 team, another NFL stadium. I mean, you know, I know bowl games can kind of be, you know, different motivation reasons, things like that. But for you guys to have a chance at a 9th win and cap this thing off, for, you know, I guess how eager, motivated is this team to still have one more game left?
I mean, our whole goal is in front of us still. You know, it's always been the same goal every year, is to win a championship in a bowl game with class, integrity, and academic excellence. So the team's been able to do that so far. We haven't accomplished our goal yet, but we're almost there. We just need a bowl game. We'll be set.
What did you think of the way Bush called things today, and just the mix and some of the screen game you guys were using, and especially early? It just seemed like once you guys got rolling offensively, I mean, they really had no answer for you guys. And one of your better, I don't know what the final numbers said, but it felt like one of your better offensive games of the season.
Oh yeah, he was on point tonight. He was on, you know, the rhythm of the offense tonight was great. Passing game, the run game, everything. It was, you know, hats off to Bush for just being able to dial up a great game plan and for us just to go out there and execute it.
There he is, George Holani, as we get set to show you some highlights from this game. Our man Jaden Finch was working his tail off, getting some highlights for you. We're trying to play him through YouTube because the airdrop's not working, so we'll see if we have this correctly here and if we can make this work once I play the highlights here. But we got Talon Green obviously started things off early for Boise State, and they're not playing perfectly, but there's Talon Green. Let me restart this. Let's see if I can make this full screen here and see what happens. We can make that work. Talon Green for early in the game, diving for the pylon right there and got the touchdown. That was a nice way to start things for Boise State. Really, really, really nice opening drive for Boise State. I thought that they really were able to do some things, and then this was a huge play. There's the long pass to Billy Bowens. Billy Bowens probably should have scored. Maybe the ball was a little underthrown, but Boise State still did some things. They go to the Wildcat formation, and there he is, Ashton Genty. And my favorite part of that clip is Ashton Genty still wanted the contact. He was already in the end zone. He still sought out the contact, and little extracurriculars there. But Boise State takes the 14-7 lead at this point. A little dancing in the end zone there. Boise State again, the flea flicker, the trickeration. Talon Green, Austin Bolt wide open, and he goes in for the touchdown. We're going to hear from Austin Bolt in just a minute, but what a story. Austin Bolt, all the injuries, everything he's overcome. He catches a touchdown in the Mountain West Championship. And speaking of touchdowns, how about Talon Green? The defense came up with a huge turnover. I think this was after the fumble recovery. Ahmed Hassanein, Alexander Tubner picks it up, and Talon Green on the first play, 70 yards for the touchdown. This was a huge play in the game to put Boise State up 2 scores. It was a nice answer after earlier in the game. And here's the pick. Amarian McCoy late in the second quarter gets a big pick. Boise State was rolling from here. Talon Green going to find Matt Lauder over the middle. Matt Lauder is going to be tight end number 1 next year with Riley Smith moving on. But there's Boise State celebrating, Billy Bowens and Matt Lauder after Boise State goes up at this point. UNLV, they couldn't get much going. There's Andrew Simpson. Andrew Simpson pretty much sealing the game there late with the interception. That was a big play because you didn't want to give UNLV any chance to really come back. And look at that dude. He's literally wearing a cast on his arm, and he's able to intercept the ball. That is just incredible with what he's dealing with to still be able to make that play. But Boise State, they weren't quite done yet. Oh, yeah, this guy named Ashton Genty. Yeah, he's not bad. Look at that run coming right at you. Stiff arming guys, spinning around guys. Ashton Genty. And here it is, post game. We'll show the full extended version again here if we got any newcomers. But Spencer Danielson holding up the trophy. How about that? What a moment. And we'll find out in the next couple of days if he's going to get a chance to hold it up again here in the near future. Boise State, the Mountain West Conference champions, and we were playing that off YouTube, so or you can go watch the full highlights on YouTube again if you'd like to see them. But folks are saying that Alexander Tubner on Twitter said that he said, we got our guy. Again, I have no confirmation of that. Maybe he did spill the beans. Maybe he's saying, we got our guy. We don't need anybody else. He's the guy. No confirmation on it. Certainly would lead you to believe that he knows something, but I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if they would have already told the team or if that's something that you would think would happen tomorrow. So I cannot confirm anything on the coaching search. I'm not keeping stuff quiet. I don't know, and I apologize, but you can take Alexander Tubner's tweet of "we got our guy" for however you want to put it. Maybe he was just informed that Kellen Moore is the coach. I mean, I don't know. So someone saying Bush Hamden deserves a lot of the credit. He does. I thought the offense was great tonight. The opening script was great. I thought what Bush did really, really was impressive. On that first drive, I thought in particular, Boise State was really able to, move the ball the first two drives, and then they just kind of kept it going offensively. Second half didn't do quite as much offensively, but didn't really need to. They had the game. And so, in hand at that point, there's really no need to try to throw the ball a lot and risk, interception of things. So they kind of went to the ground and pound there in the second half for the most part. And are they announcing the head coach tomorrow? I don't know. They might. They haven't told us anything. So I don't know when they're prepared to do. You would think if it's going to be a press conference or something, it's probably not until Monday. But who knows? And speaking of press conferences, we just got one from Boise State, but it is saying that they won the conference championship, their fifth in history. So no coaching announcement or news as of yet. We appreciate everybody that came down on the bus. We had an awesome time on the bus and the bus trip. We'll have some highlights of that on Monday and future shows here moving forward. But I had a great time for the folks that came on the bus and came over to Circa Resort and Casino last night. So shout out to everybody that came over to Circa. We had a ton of fun and got to hang with the owner, Derek Stevens, and the Mountain West Commissioner, Gloria Navarez, even stopped by. And we had John Molchon stop by with his Super Bowl ring. So we had a lot of fun, and I got to meet a lot of you guys, and it was fun to put a name to a face to some of the subscribers and have a chance to chat with you guys. So it was a lot of fun, and we appreciate you for that. We got some more interviews I want to play. Let's see who else we have in the system here, and then we are going to get back to the full highlights. We'll show you the full highlights again as well. Let's see who we got here. We got Rodney Robinson. You want to hear from Rodney Robinson? Rodney Robinson, again, secondary, part of a group that got really, criticized early in the season, didn't play well, and just did some things, later in the season better and better. And let's be honest, that first drive, Ricky White kind of carved them up, and UNLV went right down the field. A couple of third down conversions helped them. But Boise State, the defense really after that first drive really locked it in. They gave up that first drive touchdown, like I said, and then had the two turnovers, and played really, really well defensively after that opening drive. So let's keep these interviews rolling. Again, Lithia Ford of Boise post-game show, LithiaFordBoise.com. Check them out. View that full inventory of vehicles. They got the NIL deal coming up next Saturday with Talon Green, Riley Smith, and Paige Barsh. And, of course, we're in the Cutwater Studios. More than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails. Check one out at your local gas station or grocery store. Rodney Robinson, the Boise State safety after the win.
Feel good, man. The resiliency of this team, just being able to persevere through all the adversity this year. I'm just happy we got to share this moment together.
How'd you get here? How'd you pull this off, man?
Just sticking together, trusting the process. Like Coach D was talking about, when 2 weeks ago, when we didn't have this opportunity, we were focusing on finishing. And, God bless us with an opportunity to come out here and do this today.
How'd you guys flip the switch? I mean, the last couple of games, how were you able to just look like a totally different team out there?
It was really, just us sticking together, like we've been saying from the beginning of together this season. This is one of the closest teams we've all of us have been a part of this whole year in our whole life. So, just us being close together and, even with the adversity going on, just us not flinching and coming in here handling business.
Defensively, I mean, they came out on that first drive and made it look pretty easy, and Ricky White got going a little bit, and it looked like, okay, it's going to be one of those games. And after that first drive, though, you guys got some turnovers. You didn't give them much. I mean, how'd you feel about how you guys played defensively?
I think we played good today. Like you said, that first drive, they came out with a lot of different things, but we were on the sideline telling each other, like, that was their best punch they going to throw all night. So we just kept going, stuck to the game plan and just go out there and do our job.
Where's this one ranked for you, your football career? I'm sure you've done a lot of big things, but the way this season's going, and you're always going to have this Mountain West Championship ring and just the stories to tell about it. I mean, where's this one going to be for you?
I mean, I think this is up at the top because, as a kid, I mean, I've been winning championships and stuff like that, but, you dream as a kid of playing Division I football and winning these type of games, playing in these type of games. So I think this one is number one for me.
What else? I mean, was there a coach or a player when you were hugging out there, just a moment or a memory, or seeing your family in the stands, or something that's always going to stand out to you about from the celebration?
I mean, everything. I've been these past 2 weeks, I just been taking them in, just observing everything, taking all these moments in with my brothers, because even with our seniors leaving, this is not going to be the same team next year and stuff like that. It's a lot still going on, but I mean, it was a lot of moments seeing my mom, my sister, my little brother, my dad, being able to hug Coach D after the game and my teammates. It's just a beautiful moment.
I know there's stuff to come, but I mean, are you on board with everybody else we've talked to that there's no reason to look anywhere else for a coach?
Oh yeah, Coach D is my guy, but I don't really get into all those politics and stuff like that. I kind of just go with the flow and leave all that stuff up to God. It's not up my alley.
What you guys still got a bowl game left though? I mean, who knows what's going to happen with the coach, transfer portal, all that. But I mean, are you you still think this team wants to not finish with 8 wins, wants to get to 9?
Oh yeah, no, most definitely. Every time we lost this year, it was okay. What's the next best record for us? So whatever it is now, that's what we're intended for.
And another chance at an NFL Stadium, Pac-12 team. I mean, is it kind of cool the way this has all worked out? You win the championship, and now you get to go to another big bowl game.
Oh yeah, definitely. We get to go to LA and catch us a good vibe out there for sure.
And there he is, Rodney Robinson. We appreciate him for jumping on. No politics. Love it, Rod. SD for coach. We just blocked that user that had some spam coming in there, so apologize for that. But Boise State, again, 44-20. They win the game. We're taking your comments. Does anyone know what Dickey whispered to Coach D about? Don't know about what that was. We had the video there. We are going to show the full post game. If you joined us a little late, we'll show that again. David says, do a great job. The subscription, no regrets. We appreciate that. Mary says, good job as well. So thank you. Got to be tough for Andy to see all this. Yeah, I mean, Andy Avalos does deserve some credit in this. I know it's the easy thing to bash on him, and maybe based on what his dad said about BNN, I should be bashing on him too. But which, by the way, I do think we were as positive as anybody was about Andy Avalos before he got fired. So I don't think we had anything to do with that. Jeremiah Dickey did not plant whatever he said inside BNN, and we had. It is what it is. They're frustrated. I get it. I guess I appreciate them for watching BNN. It means we're getting somewhere. But I thought we were as positive as anybody. I said all along I thought he'd be back. I said he probably should be back. And so I don't think we were the reason Andy Avalos got fired. So it is what it is. But in terms of his feelings right now, like, they won the New Mexico game with Andy Avalos. Like, I think some people kind of forget that. Like, that New Mexico 42-14 win, he was still the coach. He won, 3 or 4 or whatever it is, 4 other games this year. I guess, 4 other games. So he, is responsible for part of this, whether some folks want to believe it or not. And so it's got to be tough for him and his family watching this, the relationships he has with all the players and coaches. I just can't imagine. I don't even know if he did watch it, to be honest. It might be too frustrating, too painful for him. I'm sure he believes he could have been the coach that could have done this. We obviously don't know what happened. Something else happened. This wasn't just a performance-based move. And Jeremiah Dickey has basically said as much. So I don't know what's going through his mind. It's got to be just the most surreal thing for him. And we'll see where he lands on his feet. He's a heck of a defensive coach, and it didn't work out here at Boise State, but I would suspect that he's going to find a spot and be fine. So we got some more folks coming on. Take the high road. Yeah, I'm going to ignore what his dad said. I thought we were pretty positive towards him. and it was disappointing to see that. But it is what it is. And again, Andy Avalos had a part in this season and was here for the majority of the games, and deserves a little bit of credit, I think. And not everybody just slam dunking on him on the way out. I'll just leave it at that. Let's see. Want to hear from? Let's go, Breezy Dubar. By the way, you infer these comments what you think. Let me know, because I kind of said something about next year, and he didn't really kind of talk about it. So not to say Breezy Dubar is going to transfer. I don't know why he would. Maybe he knows something about Genty leaving or didn't want to say. But I said something about having the opportunity to maybe be RB1 next year, or at least get a bigger role, and he kind of dodged the question. So, but this is the first time since he's been at Boise State that Breezy Dubar talked to the media here at BNN. So let's get to the freshman running back. And again, didn't have a big role in the game today. I think he might have only had one carry, but we can talk to freshmen now. So let's hear from Breezy.
Great, man. No, I'm saying it's the first year getting my ring. So just like we worked hard all week because JMO got us ready. He got me, Ash, George. We all liked it on the playbook and came out and executed. So.
Just all you guys have gone through the last couple of weeks, man. How'd you pull this off?
Man, I mean, like the team just came together. We all said like, Coach D, he would be like, give us 2 weeks. I mean, just give me one more week, and that's what we did. We just kept on going. So now we're here and we won the championship. So
you've had a lot of memorable moments in your football career, I'm sure. But and I know maybe you didn't have the individual impact this year that you've had in previous years. But where's this season going to rank for you to this point?
I mean, it's what I expected. I know I had George and Ash in front of me, so like I know I wasn't like gonna get in like that much, but like when I got my name called, I was ready to go. So.
I mean, you scored a touchdown though. I mean, you had some good moments. You got in there some. I mean, how do you look at your freshman year?
I mean, I think I had a great year. I feel like I could have done more, but I just feel like I had a great year. So.
I mean, I know there's some stuff that has to go with the coaching stuff and all this, but I mean, do you see yourself? Who knows what's going to happen with Ashton, George, obviously. But I mean, do you feel like there's a big opportunity for you to kind of maybe be RB1 next year here and kind of take over?
I mean, we'll see. So we'll see.
I mean, did you like Boise? I mean, what do you think of your time here this year?
I mean, I loved it. It's a nice little place. The coaches all cool. The environment was cool. The fans go crazy every game. So, and really, I appreciate their support too. So yeah.
What was it like playing behind Ashton and George? And you said you knew it was going to kind of be like that, but to see those guys doing what they did this year.
I mean, like in practice, I'll try to emulate what Ashton does, like his moves. George, he's like my big brother. So they just tell me to stay locked in and stay focused. And yeah.
Can you do the hurdle?
Nah, I can do that. Nah.
What just like I said, just to be here and be champion, man. Just what is this? The confetti flying. I'm sure you dreamed about a moment like this, but to be out there and celebrate with your teammates, and I mean, just how do you describe the feeling?
That was my first time in this situation, so it was I felt amazing. I almost started crying. I ain't gonna lie, because it's my first time being the champion. So yeah.
And I guess just this team here, man. You look at there's a lot of young players, a lot of young talent. I mean, like I say, who knows what's going to happen with the coaching change? But do you feel like this could be the start of another kind of run here for Boise State?
Yeah, I feel like it is. Yes, sir. I feel like it is.
There he is, Breezy Dubar. We appreciate him for joining us here on the postgame show, the Lithia Florida Boise postgame show. And as I listened to it again, I took that more as he didn't want to comment on what's going to happen with Ashton. I don't think I took that as him thinking he's going to leave. So I think that Breezy has a chance to get some significant playing time next year. And in spurts, we saw some nice things from him. I thought he did some things in spurts and showed that he could be a capable guy. And this backfield could look a lot different next year if Ashton Genty decides to leave, and who knows what's going to happen with that. But I think Breezy Dubar could be a big factor in the backfield here moving forward. So we got a lot still to get to. We're going to hear from Austin Bolt and Ahmed Hassanein coming up. Those are our final two player interviews. Austin Bolt and Ahmed Hassanein will replay some of the post-game celebration for you as well. Got to take our final timeout. We'll do that right now. Don't go anywhere unless you're grabbing another Cutwater. Back in 90 seconds. We're in no rush. We're at 53 minutes. We still got 340 of you watching. We'll keep this thing rolling. We got more player interviews, more post-game reaction, and your comments and thoughts. We'll keep it rolling in 90 seconds here on the Bronco Nation News. Lithia Florida Boise post-game show from the Cutwater Studios after Boise State's 44-20 win in the Mountain West Conference Championship game over UNLV. We're back in 90 seconds. You looking for a new job? Well, how about getting into the trucking industry? Our friends at Transportation Compliance Service can help you every step of the way, whether it's the big rig on your screen, the Amazon truck in your neighborhood, all the paperwork, all the things you need. Let them help you out. Transcomservice.com. They'll have you out there towing that first load in no time. Transcomservice.com. United Commercial Insurance makes business insurance easy. They can write business policy insurance in 44 states around the country. UnitedCommercialInsurance.com. Give them a call, 229-8222. Bronco Nation News, a proud client of United Commercial Insurance. We highly recommend you do as well at UnitedCommercialInsurance.com. The Raines family is happy to have made the switch to Boise Dentistry Co. Highly recommend you do as well. Dr. Miner and his staff, full family dentistry for the whole family. They make it an enjoyable experience to go to the dentist, and we highly recommend you check them out. 5 locations in the Treasure Valley. You may think you're happy with your dentist. You'll be even happier if you make the switch to Dr. Miner and Company. Check them out online, BoiseDentistryCo.com. The pounds continue to fall off, and it's thanks to Dave and our friends over at Lean Feast. Check them out, leanfeast.com/Meridian. Full customizable meal prep. You want to go into the store, pick out your meals individually. That's great. It's right there on Eagle Road in Meridian. Or you can do it all online at leanfeast.com/Meridian, and they'll deliver it to you. 208-487-5782. They're feeding the football team, the basketball team, Taylon Green, Ashton Genty, Tyson Degenhart, and more. Check them out. Lean Feast, leanfeast.com/Meridian. Still time to get that fall round of golf in, and you need to do it at Timberstone Golf Course out in Caldwell. Book a tee time at playtimberstone.com. The best greens in the valley, new technology, new golf carts, friendly environment, fun, challenging course. Check them out, Timberstone Golf Course. Book your tee time today, and I'll see you out there. PlayTimberstone.com. Rolling along here on the Lithia Ford of Boise postgame show. We're taking your comments, your questions, your thoughts after Boise State wins this one again. Final score 44-20. Let's see. Keep it rolling all evening. Yeah, we'll keep it going for a while. Why not? Let's hear from Austin Bolt. How about Austin Bolt? The 57-yard touchdown. He had another big third down conversion. Finished with 2 catches for 72 yards. But again, what a moment for Austin Bolt. Everything he's overcome in his career, and all the injuries and all the heartbreak. And local kid, having a tough time living up to the expectations because he just couldn't stay on the field. And he comes out there tonight and scores a touchdown. Awesome moment for Austin Bolt. Awesome moment for his family. And it was pretty cool to think about everything that he's overcome during his time here. So let's hear from Austin Bolt after the win.
Amazing. This team's been through a lot. I don't think any other team has been through something like we have. And, everyone kind of counted us out for a little bit, but, we were all resilient. And, it's the best feeling I've ever felt before.
How'd you get to this point, man? A couple of weeks ago, all the stuff you've had to face. I mean, how are you standing here right now with that shirt on?
We all had the right man in our corner. We had, Coach D's a very, very positive guy in our football locker room. So having him around all the time is, right when he got the head coach job, we all just knew he was going to run through a wall for us, and we'd do the same for him. Personally, for me, I had all the right people in my corner, the strength staff, the medical staff, Miller, Avalos, Danielson, they all there every single day when I was trying to get recovery. My parents were huge, my family, my friends. Like I said, I don't think I was here. God had a plan for me, and, it's a great story for me to live out through God's grace. So,
But the touchdown there, man, on the flea flicker, just take us through that. And like you said, you've been through a lot, man, in the Mountain West Championship game to score a touchdown like that. Just tell us about it.
Yeah, so we kind of had that play drew up, and we kind of realized we have, Ashton and George who are unbelievable backs. So we kind of realized they were probably getting a little on play actions and stuff like that the safety was going to come down. So right when Bush drew that up, Taylon kind of already said that get ready for that big deep shot on the little bluff and go. So having that and then in the air, I felt like the ball was hanging in the air for 10 years just trying to wait for that thing to come down. But, I just had to make sure I, grabbed onto it. Taylon threw the best ball he could probably throw on that play. And everything was history. Luckily it was blocked well and everything, so it was great.
I know he had the pick six, but otherwise it seemed Taylon was almost perfect tonight. I mean, even the one incomplete to George was a perfect throw. I mean, it just seemed like every ball was right there. I mean, he's been through a lot this year too, man, with the going back and forth in and out of the lineup and stuff. I mean, just to see Taylon up there on the stage doing that dance, winning the MVP, and just to have the game that he had tonight. What do you say about him?
Taylon and I have been close buddies since he's been here. I've been moving positions, he's been there, so we've been together. I know who he is. Everyone on this program knows who he is. Yeah, he's had a lot of moving parts in his life with the whole football program, trying to figure out where he fits in and stuff, and that dude's probably the most resilient guy on this program, just able to come in here on a Mountain West Championship and just play like everyone knows how he can play. That's who Taylon is. He's a guy who's going to put it out on for us, like for us guys, and, he deserves it. I think no one else in this world deserves it more than him right now, getting that offensive MVP after everything he's done.
What was that celebration like, man? No one 3 weeks ago ever could have imagined that happening, but to be out there and the confetti falling and how do you describe what happened?
it's hard to describe. It's a lot of emotions going on. I don't think I'm ever going to experience something like that too. Hopefully next year we get another one, but I don't think anything's going to feel as good as that one because everything we've been through with every person through this program, through coaches, through everything. So that feeling, I don't think I'm ever going to be able to lose or forget that feeling in my life, and it's probably one of my favorite moments I've had.
And again, good for Austin Bolt. Overcame a lot, and for him to get that touchdown, I thought was big-time play on the flea flicker there. Another great call by Bush, and that was right after the pick six, I think, to have the pick six and then to dial up that flea flicker, and for the kind of response you saw from Taylon Green tonight. And good for Taylon Green. We got a short interview with him. I don't know if it's in the system. You can see it on YouTube, but Taylon Green, man, got benched earlier in the season, had a lot of people, some that are watching this, writing him off. They were wanting Madsen to be the guy. And the pick six wasn't good. It was not a great ball, but overall to account for 4 touchdowns, to be the offensive MVP of the conference championship game. What can you say about Taylon Green and his performance tonight? I think Taylon Green had an awesome game. I think he deserves all the praise that you can give him tonight. Had that super weird looking hat. And no, somebody asked if that was the trophy. No, there was an actual trophy that he was given as well, but he got that big hat for being the offensive MVP as well. But we got one more player interview for you, and then I want to replay and show again some different versions of the post-game celebration again for the 330 of you that are still on here. But keep the comments coming, keep the questions coming. Let's see what we got here. Was right there when Bolt broke his leg. It was nasty, incredible comeback. When will we know if Genty is staying or not? The transfer portal opens Monday. He could have already gotten in because Andy Avalos is gone, so it could theoretically happen at any point. I don't know if he decides to leave, if he would play in the bowl game or not. We'll have to keep an eye on that. But if Spencer Danielson does indeed get the head coaching job, which it seems like there's growing momentum. Everyone's talking about Alexander Tubner's tweet, but I think you would keep a good chunk of the roster. I think Ashton Genty might be gone no matter who the coach is if he's getting $1 million offer in the SEC. But I think a lot of these guys want to stay and play for Spencer Danielson, and I think that you would not see a ton of movement if he was retained as the coach. We do not have the locker room celebration. That was not open to the media. We do have a lot of stuff on the field and some things that we'll show you here in a minute. But let's hear from Ahmed Hassanein. Again, Boise State wins at 44-20, and Hassanein all-league first-team player, and another guy that's a big-time vocal guy in Spencer Danielson's corner. Has said stuff all week. But this dude came over from Egypt, has only been playing football for a couple years, and to become a Mountain West champion, pretty emotional for him. Let's hear from him after the game.
I can't describe how I'm feeling right now. Just seeing everybody and celebrating with everybody and my teammates, it's a great feeling. I cannot describe how I'm feeling. I'm super grateful and can't wait to celebrate with more. And man, it's a great feeling to be a champion. And after all we've gone through and all that, it's a blessing. And man, I feel this one. And then Coach D said, nobody can take that from us now. We're 2 champions. Yeah, man, I'm just grateful.
This is going to be one of the most memorable seasons in Boise State history. Coach D talked about you wanting to, write your legacy. Just to now be a part of history here, and just to know that you're a conference champion and you're one of you're on that list now of Boise State players, and just the way it happened too, with all the stuff in the middle of the season. Just what's this feeling mean to you?
Man, again, I just can't explain how I'm feeling. Coach D told us to just put your head down and give us 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Don't worry about the outcome. Just work. And just put your head down and don't worry about anything that's going to happen. And man, great things happen when you put your head down and just work. And it's just to be voted also one of the Mountain West all conference. I can't describe how I'm feeling. I'm going to get emotional.
I know we asked you the other day, what have you thought about what the feeling's going to be like? But when you're out there and that confetti's falling and the trophy's out there, what was that moment like?
Man, it's just seeing everybody's happy and seeing finally Coach D become the first intern head coach that wins a championship. Man, that tells you something. That tells you a lot of things about that guy. And to see everybody, my teammates, and to see these seniors that have been through so much go out like that, go out as a champion, it truly means the world to me because I love my teammates. My teammates means everything to me.
Defensively, they came out and had that touchdown on the first drive, but after that, you got some turnovers. You really didn't give up a ton. How's it feel about how the defense played?
We will come in this game. We know we have a lot of weird formations. Their head coach is just one of the top coaches, and they're number 5 in the country on offensively and converting on third down. So we know that we're going to face some challenges and we're going to face some adversity. So we wanted to like make sure just like if something bad happened in the game, because we dealt with formations that we never dealt with before. So just lock in and do your job and do your 111 and lock into your keys and just fitting your gap right, and everything will work out. And even if something bad happened, if they gained the first down or they made it explosive or they scored a touchdown, just put your head down and trust the offense that they're going to out there and execute and give us time to create turnovers and win the football game.
I know we've asked you plenty about Coach D, but did this solidify it? I mean, if there was any doubt left in anybody's mind.
We're champions. We're champions. He's the first intern head coach to become a champion. So that tells you a lot about him. And I mean, I can't describe how I feel about this guy. He's a true leader.
There he is, Ahmed Hassanein again. Had a huge forced fumble that Alexander Tuvner picked up, and that led to, I think, the very next play was that was either the 70-yard run. I think that was the 70-yard run from Taylon Green. Came right after that forced fumble by Hassanein, and then Tuvner picking it up. Tuvner, the defensive MVP of the game. A lot of great comments coming in. Keep those rolling in. We appreciate it. We're at an hour and 6 minutes here on the postgame show. We've still got 337 of you watching this, so we can keep this thing going as long as you guys would like. I don't know what's happening with Boise State's head coaching search. Obviously, that I would assume something is going to be finalized, and I would think the next couple of days. I think that at this point they're either know what they're doing or they're close, and I would suspect by Monday or Tuesday at the latest they're probably going to have some sort of announcement. I think it could come tomorrow. We'll find out at some point in the next couple of days. I would suspect this search is going to wrap up here pretty soon, and we'll see what they decide to do. I mean, I think that, and I'd like to know from some of you guys if you want to put it in the comments. But if you were not a Spencer Danielson fan originally and did not want him, and now you do, like, let me know why or what changed, or if you fall into that category. Because I feel like right away there was a lot of people that didn't want Spencer Danielson, but I think the last 3 weeks have changed some people's minds, and they really have heard him talk more and seen his actions and think now that maybe he's the right guy for the job. So maybe I know some folks certainly have had their minds changed on this return, and if you're one of those people, let us know in the ICCU YouTube chat why that's the case for you. So we would like to hear from you guys. Again, thanks to Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. They're the sponsor of the Tyson Degenhart Show. They're also sponsoring our road trip travel and our the chat here on the YouTube channel. So if you're watching on Facebook or Twitter, we ask you to jump over and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free and easy, and then you can chat and interact. We can't see your tweets. If you're watching on Twitter and tweeting at us, we can't see them. So I can only pull them in from the YouTube channel and Facebook. We'd prefer you guys just start watching on YouTube. That's the easiest way to build the channel here. So it's just youtube.com/Bronco Nation News is the channel, and ICCU, the sponsors of our YouTube chat. Let's see. The fact that our defense was looking a bit slump earlier in the year, Kareem the Dream says, was fired, but many didn't want him, but the past few weeks have proven otherwise. So James says, yeah, the past 3 weeks have helped this case a lot, listening to him speak compared to what it's been. Best current option without some of the names that are out there also. We got a Kellen Moore fan here. So yeah, we'll see what direction they decide to go. I don't think this game had anything to do with it, but if Jeremiah Dickey was already leaning towards Spencer Danielson or already had decided, it certainly helped that they were able to go out and win this game, because I think that certainly is an easier sell now if you win this game versus you do a press conference on Monday after you lose saying you're hiring Spencer Danielson. So it's all worked out pretty well. And, I think Spencer Danielson would even admit this. Don't forget, I mean, they got pretty lucky. The Air Force losing to Hawaii, New Mexico beating Fresno State. I mean, a lot had to happen just for Boise State to even be in this position. So Spencer Danielson, the cards fell right. He got a little lucky, but hey, he took advantage of it. And Boise State conference champions again here tonight. We're going to have to update that intro video. It's got Andy Avalos raising the trophy after the Frisco Bowl. We need to update that with the Mountain West Championship trophy being raised here at Allegiant Stadium. So let's play some more of the post-game celebration. I know Jaden Finch, his clip is coming through. We'll play his as well in a second. I will play as much post-game as we can. But the post-game scene, Boise State, we'll just kind of let it roll for a little bit because there was just so much happening. Guys getting shirts. And again, I said this earlier, but Sheldon Newton, man, come on, brother. No one had a double XL shirt for this guy. That guy was only passing out larges. He couldn't find the right shirt that he wanted. By the way, I've been told that the plane is about to depart from Boise. The buses will arrive on Cesar Chavez on the north side of the Blameyer Football Center at around 9 p.m. Fans are welcome to welcome the team back at Cesar Chavez Road, 9 p.m. tonight. If you want to go welcome the team, you can track the flight on FlightAware to make sure that comes back. But there is not a formal welcoming party, but they're not going to kick fans away. 9 p.m. at the Blameyer Football Center. The buses will be pulling up on Cesar Chavez Road around 9 p.m. So just want to throw that out there. If you are interested in coming to town, Boise State, or if you're in Boise and you want to welcome the team as they come back to town, 9 p.m. Cesar Chavez is where the team will be. The road right there on the side of the Blameyer Center. I've just been told by Boise State official, fans are welcome to come welcome the team back, but there is not a formal welcoming party. So they won't kick you out if you show up, and you're allowed to come back there if you'd like. 9 p.m. tonight, if you're in town, go welcome the team back. See the trophy. Thanks, Spencer Danielson. And somebody go get some video, by the way. If somebody goes to that, can you get me some video and tweet it out and put it on social media? We'll play it on BNN and we'll give you credit. But 9 p.m. tonight, if you want to go watch Boise State return after the flight back from Las Vegas. This was pretty cool, by the way. We showed it earlier, but Breezy Dubar had the LA chain and went and found Taylon Green to put that on him there. Doing his post-game interview with Bridget Howard from the Mountain West Network. Players hugging, players crying. I assume this was a joke. This guy says if I bring a case of Cutwaters, will everyone show up? But yeah, take some Cutwaters, take some beverages, and go welcome the team buses back to Boise State after the win. That might be kind of fun tonight. What was the bonus for Andy Avalos for winning the title? Give it to Spencer Danielson. Well, that is the case, and I think he does have a new contract that was being reworked for the interim for the rest of the season, and I don't know if they put incentives in there for the rest of the season. But I do think that if Spencer Danielson's going to get the head coaching job, he's going to have a real big raise coming his way here maybe in the near future. But Jay Money says JD has done a great job keeping the coaching search under wraps. He really has. He really has. It's been pretty incredible to see how so few leaks. And it's not like we know stuff and we're not saying it. None of my folks that usually tell me stuff are hearing anything themselves. It's been kept really, really quiet. And that's a testament to JD and the search committee. JD was waiting for his chance, and he finally just went for it. He really wanted to give Spencer Danielson some praise. Look at DJ Schramm there. Spencer having a moment. That's powerful right there. Markel Reed. Some of these freshmen, I think that was Franklin Johnson. I couldn't see there, but it's kind of funny. They've never done this before. So, like, he's the only player holding his helmet. He's like, you guys put your helmets on the sidelines, or where do we put our helmets? How do we do this thing? He's never done this before. And there it is. Spencer Danielson and Jeremiah Dickey embracing. Here they are getting ready for the picture. Somebody says to go get the video of the bus showing up and all the fans going crazy for them. I would like to see that. 9 o'clock tonight, you can go welcome the buses back at 9 o'clock. The Blameyer Center on Cesar Chavez Road where the buses pull up. Go get a gathering together and somebody get a video. And I played that part twice. I apologize for that. I don't know why that replayed. But we have some other post-game clips we can play as well. We've got our man Jaden Finch did an amazing job as well. I'm going to try to pull his in here. I'm looking at some of your comments. Well, sorry, I'm kind of turning my head here, but the easiest way I wanted to show you guys part of the stadium in the background and not just some empty wall, and that meant having to put my laptop here on a little table here. So we do have the other highlights that we have from Jaden as well. Trump was at the basketball game last night. Saw her hug Coach Rice after the game. That's pretty cool. And then I assume was here for the game, although I'm not sure that I didn't see her. But Herbert Gums stopping the UNLV quarterback on 4th down. That was awesome. Gums is a monster, no doubt about that. McCoy is a rising star. Yeah, that was a huge interception for McCoy there. Let's see. Logan Byler's driving back, I guess. I can only go so fast. Won't even be in Salt Lake by then. You're not staying in Vegas and partying that game. You're hurrying back to Boise after this win. if you were here at the game, why are you hurrying back? I mean, even the bus is having a fun night tonight out, all those folks before they head back tomorrow. So she was on the field with the team. Yeah, I think I did see her now. Sorry about that. I just a lot going on. Win, lose, or draw. Thank you for your dedication, sacrifice, and coverage. We don't need the word sacrifice. I'm not sacrificing much here. We're there's much people sacrificing a lot more overseas for our country or other kinds of sacrifices. I don't need to appreciate you saying that. It's nice words, but I like what I do. I'm really lucky. I got a beautiful, amazing wife and two healthy, beautiful kids, and we're able to do things like this and cover BSU for a living and have my own business. And so I'm very lucky and fortunate. And some people don't enjoy their jobs. I don't necessarily see it as work. I see it as fun and a hobby, and it's been a lot of fun for me on this ride, and it's mostly because of all of you guys. And so I appreciate all of you for helping us out. Let's see some video from Jaden Finch here as well. Here comes the Gatorade bath. And again, Spencer Danielson, there was another angle here, but there was another play. So I know he was a little he was actually kind of funny that he had another play, and I was kind of getting guys to back up there. Nice to see Johnny Ballgame watching the show. Appreciate you, Johnny. Always enjoy going back later in the evening or on the flight home listening to the postgame show. Hopefully you guys listen to Johnny's postgame show, KBOI. Prater usually posts it online. You should go watch that when they post it online. We're showing you the scene here from a different angle. There's Breezy embracing with some guys. There's Matt Lauder putting his championship hat on. We appreciate Jaden Finch, our intern. I did see Lou Major with a hug for Spencer Danielson at one point, kind of chuckled a little bit. UCLA against Boise State in the LA Bowl. That'd be pretty cool if that's what ends up happening, by the way. UCLA, a historic program like that. That would be, Chip Kelly. That would be quite the game. And would be quite the celebration if they're able to get that 9th win and beat them. So a lot of celebration going on here. Got to get Jaden to slow the panning just a little bit. A lot of quick panning here on the video. But he did an amazing job on the highlights. They're on YouTube already. All the interviews have been posted to YouTube as well. Oh, we got some little dancing going on here. Oh, there you go. Cortez Hogan's, Taylon Green. There's Dimitri Washington. You got Riley Smith embracing someone I couldn't see who it was over there. What a scene. We really never thought we would be in this. There's Jonah Dalmas and Taylon Green. Jonah Dalmas had a couple key. Hey, there I am getting a video. Always find it kind of funny when these guys put the shirts on top of their pads. There's somebody having trouble right there doing it. Just take the pads off and put the shirt on. Yeah, I was wearing the suit tonight, somebody said. Yeah, I went a little nicer tonight for the championship. Somebody shout out Lou Major in the postgame. I didn't hear that part. If they did, I missed that. But, again, great work by Jaden Finch, riding the bus. I made him ride the bus with everybody. I know it was fun, but that's still a long day. It'll be a long day tomorrow going back. But Jaden, as a student at Boise State and doing a great job as our intern. And appreciate him getting this video and putting things together and helping us with everything behind the scenes here. You don't see much of Jaden on the camera, but he does an outstanding job, and we really appreciate him at BNN. Taylon Green, they're saying, wow, how about that? Shouted out Lou on the podium. Oh, my gosh, I didn't realize that. The microphones, the way they're set up in this stadium, when you're on the field, you can't hear anything. So I was 20 feet from Taylon Green but couldn't hear what he was saying. The microphone was not good. So folks are saying Taylon Green did shout him out on the podium. I'm going to have to try to go back and find that on the Mountain West Network or something, because that was that's incredible if that ended up happening. What a surreal scene. Again, Boise State, a 0.1% chance, 0.1% chance of even getting to the game, let alone winning it. And they get to the championship game with wins in their final 3 weeks. They get some help. And they were clearly the better team against UNLV. I mean, that's a 9-win team they just beat pretty handedly. That's not only 3 wins in a row here down the stretch for Spencer Danielson. That's 3 teams going to bowls. Utah State, Air Force, and UNLV, 3 bowl teams. Boise State takes them down. And there is Dr. Trump right there. So we know that she made it. She was right behind Spencer Danielson and Jeremiah when they were embracing there. I think that they had already embraced at that point themselves. But what a scene. There was a lot of BSU fans. I guess they said they didn't show very many of them on TV, but there was a lot of Boise State fans. I thought they had traveled pretty well. I would love to have the game be here in Las Vegas every year, but I got to be honest, there was so many UNLV fans that if it was a neutral site game and UNLV wasn't playing in it, I don't know how many fans you would have.
I'm pretty sure Coach D is the first ever intern head coach to win a conference championship. It may not be about it, but stop the search. It's over. We did it.
Wow, that's powerful stuff right there.
Yeah, you know how we get. You know how we get.
This is surreal. Love it. Again, this is just raw, unedited footage of Boise State celebrating. You see the confetti, the players walking around. What a moment for Boise State. An improbable conference championship that really nobody could have seen coming. Boise State, Mountain West champions. And like I said, a lot of people I think are wanting the championship game to move here to Las Vegas. I think it would be cool, and I think they should. It does give it kind of a bigger feel. But I don't know what kind of crowd you're going to get. I mean, you had 31,000 tonight, a championship game record, but I think a lot of that was because UNLV was in the game. Boise State probably had, 5,000 to 6,000 fans of that. I mean, it was a pro UNLV crowd for sure. But I just don't know how feasible it would be. I mean, maybe if you get enough money off the TV, deal, and you don't really care about the crowd, which is how it is in bowl games. Bowl games don't make money on crowds; they make the money on the sponsorships and things and the TV revenue. So, if that's the case, and you don't really care how many people show up, then then you should do it down here because this was an awesome spot. The Pac-12 game obviously is leaving, so you'd have a little more opportunity to pick your time, pick the date. I think a Friday night game could be cool if you kind of take over that Pac-12 spot, maybe if it was one of the only games on, so to speak. So I don't know. We'll see what happens there, but I do think the record crowd tonight was mostly because of the fact that you had UNLV in the game. So thankful that Boise State won because the bowl situation would have been a lot murkier. Whether it was going to be I had heard some things about the 26th, the first responder bowl is maybe coming into play. Boise State was looking at some possibilities, and the 26th, I think, was going to be a possibility the day after Christmas for one of those games had Boise State lost tonight. So Boise State wins, and they're able to go to the LA Bowl, and man, what a way to finish the season. All of a sudden, you're now 8-5. You're Mountain West champions. You just played in Allegiant Stadium, and you get to go play in SoFi Stadium, home of the LA Rams and the Chargers in 2 weeks. To finish out your season and you play UCLA, that's incredible. Chip Kelly, UCLA. I mean, it is pretty crazy how this Boise State season has finished up. But there's still one game to go, obviously, and we'll see what happens with that. And then obviously the news on the coaching search will be coming as well here in the near future. Hey, if you're liking what you're seeing, if you got $50, we'd love to have you help us out and subscribe. $50, you get 1 year of access to BroncoNationNews.com, all of Mike Prater's columns, all of our exclusive content. We're going to be doing some subscriber-only shows moving forward as well. And we would love to have you if you're able to afford us. All these, travel costs and things that come up at the last minute, now having to go cover a bowl game and be in LA for a week, that's not cheap. So if you're able to help us out, BNN50 deal is that promo code at the bottom of the screen there. I think it's called a coupon code. BNN50 deal gets you a full year for $50, and then it just goes up to $70 after that. If you are a current subscriber, but you're set to renew here in the month of December, make sure your card info is up to date. We'd love to have you renew at that $70 rate. We hope you will. If you can't do the $50, we do have the monthly option as well, $6.99 a month, BroncoNationNews.com. But you get exclusive content, and you also really just help support us and help us continue to grow what we're doing here at BNN. And as I've been saying, we're doing a private jet trip to San Diego, the final regular season basketball game in San Diego, maybe a conference championship on the line, and we're doing a private jet trip for two to take someone to that game And you got to be a paying subscriber, a yearly subscriber of BNN for that contest, which we'll draw in January. So if you can help us out, we'd love to have you jump on. If not, we hope you at least subscribe for free to the YouTube channel. And we also hope you support the sponsors. You're watching this show for free right now on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, thanks to the generosity of all of our great sponsors. Our title sponsor, rowpaint.com, Lithia Ford of Boise, Cutwater Spirits, the Blue and Orange Store, ICCU, BVA, Taco Bell. You go down the line, all of our great sponsors, Matt Bousher, Bousher Real Estate, Ridley's Family Markets, Timberstone Golf Course, Lithia Ford of Boise. I know I'm probably leaving somebody out, but we're so appreciative and thankful of all of our great sponsors for making this happen. These shows are free. I even talked to somebody at the tournament in Orlando. They said, that business model really works, giving the shows away for free? And I said, yes, it does. And it's because of our great sponsors. Again, rowpaint.com, Lithia Ford of Boise, Idaho Central Credit Union, Taco Bell, the Blue and Orange Store, Ball Ventures, Allquist, Transportation Compliance Service, Stein Distributing and Cutwater Spirits, Bousher Real Estate, Ridley's Family Markets, Timberstone Golf Course, and, of course, our friends over at Lean Feast. So improbable, unbelievable, and still hard for me to sit here and talk and believe that Boise State is indeed Mountain West champions. And I still have a story to write. We got to go find some of the best quotes that we heard and put a nice story together. There is a story up already, but I'm going to add some quotes and thicken it up a little bit after the game. And Ripley just became a member the other day. Thanks for all you do. Yeah, appreciate that. Thank you. So all you guys that are Kellen Moore on the sidelines. No, Kellen Moore wasn't. Chris Peterson was on the sidelines, but not Kellen Moore. No, I don't believe so. But I don't know what the schedule is for the the LA Bowl. I don't know if the Chargers are in town that next day or if they're on the road. Who knows if Kellen Moore will be around for that. But a lot to get to with the head coaching search. What's going to happen with Boise State there? What's going to happen with the future of some of the players in the transfer portal? There's a lot. Tim says, to be honest, I'm a bit surprised to give the show away for free and it works business-wise. Well, it's because of our sponsors. And but Jason says, fine, I'll sign up. Thank you. We'd love to have you, Jason. Please do. It only works if you support the sponsors. So go purchase your vehicles from Lithia Ford. Sign up your bank with ICCU. Go eat at Taco Bell. Man, I could really use some Taco Bell right now. I'm starving, to be honest with you. I could use a Cutwater as well. And just, go get your painting done from Row Painting, go shop at Ridley's. And when you see these sponsors out there, Bousher Real Estate, when you're looking to buy or sell that home, tell them it's because of BNN, and hopefully they'll continue to want to support us and keep this thing rolling. So there is the possibility that, a daily morning show could potentially move to subscriber only. There's been some talk of that. So the easiest way to not have that happen and lose out on any of the morning show content or the pre and post game show content is to become a subscriber for $50 at BroncoNationNews.com. Again, that promo code BNN50 deal. So going to wrap up the post-game show, an hour and 27 minutes. Had a lot of fun and just still surreal that Boise State is the Mountain West champions. They're 8-5. We'll find out officially tomorrow, but they're heading to the LA Bowl where they're likely to play UCLA. We'll find out tomorrow. Maybe Cal is an option there as well with Justin Wilcox, the former head coach there as well. So let's see. Jay Money must be having a couple beverages. Says it'd be a lot more engaged if I undo a couple of the top buttons. No, that's not happening. We're going to end it right there before we get any further. Todd says it's worth every penny. We appreciate that, Todd. Having a lot of fun here. Seriously, it's crazy to be able to say I do this for a living to watch and talk about sports, and it's because of you guys. So would love to have you subscribe. Hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. Be safe tonight. And again, go welcome the team home. 9:00 back in Boise. They're going to be there on Cesar Chavez Boulevard right next to the Blameyer Center. The buses are going to be dropping them off. Go on back. Tell your friends. Get a big party up there welcoming the team back at 9:00 if you want. And if somebody is there, try to get some video of that and get it on social media so we can see what the scene's like there when they get. Wouldn't that be something? There's a couple hundred people, mobbing the bus when they get back at 9:00 tonight. So I don't know what the weather is back there in Boise, but get your friends, get the students. Go welcome the team back at 9 p.m. on Cesar Chavez Boulevard. There's not a formal party, but fans are welcome to come welcome the team back and see that trophy when they get there back to back to the campus there about 9 p.m. tonight. So thanks again. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. If you can afford the $50, we'd love to have you. Again, the promo code BNN50 deal. Thanks so much to Jaden Finch doing an outstanding job. For Jaden, my name's BJ. Again, thank you so much for checking us out. We hope you'll subscribe. We hope you'll tell your friends, and we'll get plenty of coverage coming. There's going to be a coaching search wrapping up. There's a bowl game to talk about. The transfer portal is open, and Bronco Nation News will have you covered 24/7 every step of the way with the latest in Boise State coverage. So congrats again on the championship. Enjoy it, folks. You guys deserve this, and we'll talk to you soon. Bronco Nation News Live, BroncoNationNews.com.